While action and shooting games tend to be my consistent favorites on the Switch scene, I'll admit that I'm always down for a solid racing game, especially when they have some futuristic flair. Early on, Fast RMX was a great ride. Redout and its sequel were both fun, and Grip brought me a taste of some fun combat racing, but I'm always on the lookout for my next fix. At a glance, Neon Apex certainly has some of the pieces to the puzzle, with a unique visual style and plenty of flair, but unfortunately the racing itself doesn't quite reach those same heights. Starting with what works, there's no question that the game's visuals are distinctive and should have some easy appeal for fans of anime-style art. The flat colors and generally cel-shaded look works as a great base, but it's then things like unique camera angles when you're in the starting block that take the visuals to the next level. If you happen to be a big fan of Akira, you'll also likely be drawn to the design of some of the motorcycles you'll be riding at pretty breakneck speeds through the darkened urban streets the races take place on as well. While a common complaint of indie racers is that they can lack a sense of speed, Neon Apex definitely gets points for that being no problem whatsoever, as once you get rolling the scenery will often whip by you in a bit of a blur. Then when you use your boost in the race, there's a pretty significant visual flourish as well, though perhaps it's a little ill-timed considering the speed you're usually moving at. That leads right into the main issue with the game though, and it's the fact that while the speed can be exciting, the overall performance isn't quite up to the task. In general, there's just not a lot of nuance to the racing itself, with you simply trying to hold on a lot of the time, barreling through turns, and trying to avoid frequent cutoffs where lanes to one side of the road will be closed. While this isn't uncommon in high-speed racing titles, the fact that everything is quite dark and windy tends to make it a more consistently lethal problem. The touchy controls will often help when you're narrowly avoiding another racer, but that often will lead you to grinding into the walls, and that can make races feel a little rough. It is nice that you'll be able to alternate between racing futuristic cars and bikes. I just wish there was far more differentiation in the feel between the two. Honestly, aside from perhaps some subtle refinements, there's just not a clear differentiation between them, and that left me feeling like perhaps the developers would have been better off just picking one lane and refining the play and the feel of racing more with that narrower focus. I'm sure there will be folks who will dig the game's look and general vibe, but if you're just looking for a decent racing fix, there are better options on the eShop. Overall, my final score for the game ended up being a 5.8. And if you're interested in picking it up, it's currently available on the Switch eShop for $24.99. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this review. And if you'd like more information or ideas of indie games worth checking out on Switch, be sure to click on the link provided in the description. Until next time,